Hello again. Another week, another update. Nothing really going on with myself. I think the only thing I really have is a couple stories. Just about more positive things, I guess. I forgot to mention it, at least the one last time. Uh, so right before my photo shoot, which I did, by the way, I did get all my pictures back from that, and they're fantastic. I just gotta figure out which one that I want to send in. But I digress. My hairdresser, my personal hairdresser, was out of town. Um, so I had to go to the old like Great Clips that I normally go to like before, and there's a lady there, and she was really cool. She called me back and has my uh, as of right now my legal name in there, and then she's prepping for the haircut and stuff, and she just very casual, kind of was like, hey, are you transgender? And of course, it's not something that, especially down here in the South, is like that you want to hear because sometimes it can lead with bad things. But I was like, yeah. And I was like, is that obvious? And she goes, well, yeah. It's the name gave it away, which obviously means that my voice is enough passing now because I've always never had that problem with my looks being tall and androgynous. But she was super cool about it. Asked me how far I was in my journey and just was the nicest lady about it. Just super cool, asking all the right questions. She didn't say anything that was uh, awkward or even dysphoric to that extent, which was absolutely fantastic. She handled it beautifully, and I couldn't have asked for a better experience. And she, at the end of the thing, she goes like, "Oh, well, you can me change your name? Do you want us to go ahead and just change your name in our system?" And I was like, "Yeah, that'd be great." So that was a wonderful experience that I had with Great Clips. So good job with that. Another one was fairly recently, and it's not a toot your own horn kind of story. It just was one of those things kind of happened. I was at a Walmart getting ready to go meet up with my friends for a game night, and there's this older woman. She probably was in her late 60s, maybe mid to late 60s. An electric wheelchair roaming around. I was in the more disgruntled part of town, if to put it lightly, not that far from the airport, and she was asking for money. Now, not saying that she was homeless or anything, but maybe she just had, down and out kind of situation. She ended up approaching me and explaining her situation that, her husband was dead, she was kind of sick, couldn't really work or do anything, and I mean, small little lady, hunchback, like could barely kind of move around, but she was, very nice and didn't seem like it was kind of like her. Didn't seem like she liked peddling around for money, but she kind of needed to. And of course, I don't really carry cash on me. It's just not something that I do. And I mean, I'll be the first one to tell you that there's a lot of times I don't give money to the homeless. A lot of people don't. It's probably due to the fact that my mom always ingrained in me, and actually my dad too, that most of them are con artists and they're just trying to take your money as tax free and blah 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 blah. So that's a very bad mentality to grow up with. But I'm being honest here. But I just something was like, she seems like she could use a little bit of something, and she had wandered off, and I went inside and because I was buying a few little things before going to my game night, and I uh, I just got her like $10 just to get her something to like to eat and stuff for like a day or so. Nothing crazy. Like I said, I don't even have a lot of money myself. And I went back out and I couldn't find her initially, but I went and found her and I gave her the money, and she just was so full-hearted, like thank you about it. She goes, did you really like come around and try finding me? And I was like, well, yeah, sometimes it's a little bit of kindness in someone that can do good for you. And I sat there and talked with her a little bit, and she goes, "Are you gay?" And I was like, "In a way." And I took the initial like risk, and I was like, "Well, I'm actually transgender." And she was like, "No shit." And she, without even missing a beat, was just super cool about it. Just talked about her old experiences and how that's really cool and good for me that, I'm like, it took it by surprise, I guess, because I'm fairly passing at this point, especially with, like I said, my voice has been the number one thing that's been helping me more than anything. But she was just super cool about it and talking about stuff, and she's definitely lived a very livid life, I'll tell you that much. And regardless of how she ends up treating the money, whether she buys food or alcohol or drugs or whatever it is, I mean, it still was a good experience to have shared that kind of kindness with somebody, because in turn she shared a kind of kindness with me that someone who doesn't have a lot, who's out there, kind of putting themselves out there just to get money to live by, regardless whatever situation she was in, good or bad. It's nice to know even down here in the South. Uh, Luckily, Charlotte's actually a fairly progressive area for the most part. Finger quote. Um, that I could actually just talk with a complete stranger, and that I guess we weren't disgusted by each other. It's just that we were treating each other like people, which is something that a lot of people need to learn, that we're all people. It doesn't matter your sexuality, your gender, the color of your skin, your religion, where you're from. We're all people, and if two people can just have a small little blip in time, a little moment where you can just be open and kind with each other, I think we could really benefit from that. And it just was a really nice experience that I got out of that. It's like it was worth the $10. It was worth more than that. I just wish I could have been able to help out more. Um, Also, she said that if I wanted to sell myself, I would make a lot of money. I'm still kind of laughing about that. Oh, goodness gracious. But I mean, I guess that's just kind of a feel good message of the day of the week, is just, you know, put yourself out there, you know, be kind to someone, go outside your comfort zone and just do something that may not benefit you, that could benefit someone else, even if you think that it might have a bad end result or anything like that. Just try to be a better person once in a while. Like, step up and just do good. Like, I've been trying to get more, I've been working with an organization here in Charlotte trying to promote, trans uniformity, trans pride, and getting myself out there and being a little bit more of, like I said, an activist, if you will, is definitely trying to do things and change things for the better. And that's what I'm also trying to do with my videos. Is I'm trying to let you guys know that you're not alone. That there's other people out there, and yeah, maybe depending where you are, there's not a huge community. Especially like in Charlotte, there's actually a fairly large trans community, and that we can all be there for each other and uh, step out and speak up for the younger ones, the older ones, the closeted ones, the pre-transition, the post-transition, anywhere in between. And I feel like definitely becoming a better person is also going to dictate me becoming, in a better sense, a better man at the end of the tunnel when everything's all said and done. So just, I'm here for you. I'm here to talk to you. I want to be there for you. I want to answer questions that maybe you're too afraid to ask, too afraid to Google. Maybe you're just not finding the answers. Like, it never hurts to reach out. I do have a Tumblr. I really don't post a whole lot on here outside like these videos and a few little trans things. I mostly kind of blog stuff on my normal personal nerdy Tumblr, but I have a transition Tumblr. Like, if you want to ask questions, I mean, you can feel free to leave stuff on here. I'm not very fancy with electronics or YouTube, but I at least know how to respond to things on Tumblr. So feel free to just hit me up, ask me questions. I have no problem getting even deep into the personal stuff if it comes down to it, because that's what these videos are supposed to be for. It's not just skimming over the easy stuff and telling you and in general like what's happening. I mean, if you want to know like step by step little small details, no matter how weird or awkward or even maybe in your head perverse that they are, it's you need to know about it. Your body's going through so much, and you want to know about it beforehand, that what you're going to be going through. and that's what I want to be here for. So please feel free, like whatever one or two of you or whatever are watching, that's why I'm here. Like I said, I mean, it's also for myself to see myself progressively change into something that I hope will be better for me. But that's really all I have this week. Next week will be the 2 week mark minimum for um, about my name change. They said the average is about 2 weeks or so, maybe wait three before I'm going to go back in and see if everything's done and changed. So either maybe next week or the following week, I'll actually have more update about that. Um, but that's really all I have for this week. So I'll see you another week. Hopefully, I'll have something else to share with you guys. If not, it's just a small little update in my life, what's going on, how things are going, and I guess that's it. Well, until next week, I'll see you again. Thanks for following, watching, whatever it is that you guys are doing. I appreciate what small bit of support that I am getting, and hopefully, I'll see a lot more of you in the future. So, until next week.